Hello everyone. It is Tuesday, I think December 8th, yes, and I'm going to get an IUD right now. And I wasn't going to vlog because birth control is very personal, but then my roommate Allison, who's a pediatric nurse, she was like, oh, are you going to vlog your experience? And I was like, no, I don't know why I would. And then I was like, why? Do you think I should? And she was like, well, yeah, IUDs are really scary. A lot of women are nervous to get them. And she was like, your experience might help other women. And I am definitely nervous this morning. So I figured, why the heck not? I might as well just share my experience with you guys because I feel like IUDs and birth control in general need to be more normalized because people seem to think that you only have to be on birth control if you're sexually active, but that's totally not true. I've been having a lot of bad acne lately. I've talked about it in all my vlogmases, around my chin, and I'm kind of hoping that a hormonal form of birth control will help regulate that. Also, a lot of women need birth control to regulate their period. Some women have terrible menstrual cramps and will have just imagine just having 1 week out of every month where you just feel terrible and your body's just way out of whack. So birth control is so important, and I could go on about why it's necessary that we make it available to women everywhere because it just is a game changer and it enables us to live longer, healthier, happier lives. So anyway, I am getting an IUD this morning, kind of hoping it'll help with my acne, but also just trying to regulate my period. Apparently, I'm really irregular. My whole life, I thought, oh, I'm regular. I get it each month around the same time. And then I showed my log to one of the nurses and they were like, oh yeah, this is super irregular. And I was like, you're kidding. I thought I was regular. I thought it was just normal to not know what day it's coming and just, carry tampons on me at all times. So I just paid to park. I'm at this women's clinic that I love the vibes of. It's right above an Urban Outfitters, love that. And I'm really nervous for the insertion process because that's probably gonna be the most uncomfortable. But I took some Advil beforehand and I'm kind of set up to just be at home all day, laying in my bed. I have some schoolwork to work on, unfortunately, but something that's kind of helping me is thinking that, it might be an uncomfortable 10 minutes or an uncomfortable day for me, but that, in my opinion, right now is better than 8 hours of labor of having a child I'm not ready for. And also, I really just want to see if I can help my acne because my acne's never been this bad. And I don't know how much I'll vlog in the clinic, but I will definitely update you guys afterwards. So keep your fingers crossed for me. By the time you're watching this, it'll already be said and done, but here goes nothing. This baby is very cute, but I don't want one of you right now. So we must do this instead. My stomach's a mess. I'm very nervous. It's gonna be okay. Oh, it's gonna be fine. Deep breathing. It'll be over before I know it. That's the thought. That's the spirit. I need to stop throwing up the peace sign every time I turn on the camera, but this is about as personal as it gets. We out here. Nervous. So I am back home now, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of the facts about my visit and my experience with it, because I gave you the short and quick of it when I started the video. I got to the clinic at 8:30 and I was walking out at 9:15. So only 45 minutes, which was kind of perfect because that's exactly how long I paid for my parking meter. But the procedure itself probably took 5 minutes, maybe a little less, from when she said, okay, we're gonna get started, and then she said all right, we're done. I'm just gonna assume moving forward that everyone watching this video is a girl because we all go through these things. And also, I think if you're a guy, that's great too, because I feel reproductive responsibility shouldn't all fall on the woman. I feel everyone should know more about birth control and how to stay safe from STDs. So I hope that this video is helpful or informative, but of course, if you have any questions or specific circumstances, you should talk to your primary physician. I'm just kind of sharing my experience to destigmatize talking about IUDs, birth control in general. So I got the Mirena IUD, which is a hormonal one. And like I said, to start, I've been having a lot of bad acne in the past few months, and I thought it had to do with stress from graduate school or the regularity with which I was washing my face masks. So a combination of that, I just kind of thought a hormonal intervention might kind of help me. It also might make it worse. Only time will tell. And apparently only after I've had it 3 months do things really level out. I'm a big journaler, so I intend to kind of track my symptoms and see how I feel about things. But I've tried a couple different forms of birth control. I have done the patch, which you put on once every month, and it took me about 8 months of using it to realize that once every month, whenever I'd put the patch on, I would throw up for the 12 hours afterwards because that application of hormones directly to my skin really made me nauseous and kind of like, I think it was mimicking like morning sickness because there was progesterone in the patch. So after I figured that out, I was like, screw this, I'm done with this. I hate the patch. That didn't work for me. And in spite of my being a Virgo and being a super regular scheduled person, I know that the pill wouldn't work well for me because I can't reliably say that I will take it at the same time every day. And I know that works super well for some women, but I just know that with like my schedule, I wouldn't be able to confidently do that. And they say that if you don't take it at the same time every day, its effectiveness goes down. So they're kind of like, what's even the point of taking the pill if you can't reliably say that you'll take it at the same time every day? So I haven't tried the pill, but my doctor said that she thought it might have similar symptoms the way that the patch affected me. So those two don't work. And then I've thought about getting the Depo-Provera shot, which I think you have to get once every 3 months. I could be wrong. And I've also thought about getting the implant that goes in your arm, but that one has been known to reduce bone density in women, and there's bone cancer in my family, so I didn't want to try that. And what led me to getting mine is my sister recently got one, and she got a non-hormonal IUD, the copper one. It's called the Paragard. I did the hormonal one, the Mirena, and my doctor said that a lot of women really like it. They say that it kind of like helps to regulate your period and your acne, or it can, you know, it doesn't for everyone. And also that a lot of women experience like a lightening of their period to the point that it almost completely goes away. So I was like, you know what, I am all for that. I realized that my periods are kind of irregular. So that being said, decided to get the Mirena. And now I will talk about kind of my experience today. This woman that I saw, she's an OBGYN. She was terribly nice. I met her last week and she just made a really good impression on me. I felt really comfortable with her. She made me feel really safe asking questions and kind of keeping me informed on what the procedure was like and what my options were for birth control. So I just really liked her and we made the appointment to do it today. And they recommend that you get an IUD when you're on the tail end of your period, which I am. I basically finished my period yesterday because apparently your cervix is the most dilated, so it helps like ease the process. I signed a consent form and then I got undressed. I got on the table, put my feet in the stirrups. And what's nice, or that I hope every woman experiences if you get an IUD or if you have an OBGYN, is that they will tell you everything they're doing as they're doing it. So nothing takes you off guard because you have a sheet on your lap so you kind of can't see what they're doing. And you know, it's a little like scary. You're like, okay, someone's touching me down there and I don't know what or when they're gonna do things. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna have you like spread your knees apart so everything's relaxed. And then she was like, she did a pelvic exam just to see like the way my cervix was oriented. And then she put the speculum in, the thing that like widens you up, which is definitely uncomfortable. It's not painful. And then she said that there was like a cleaning solution they put in there so that everything's like clean for them to put the IUD in. And then she told me that she was going to put it in, and she did. And she was like, we have to clamp down on your cervix, which is a terrible word. She was like, this induces cramping, so you'll feel a little uncomfortable. And the whole time I'm just doing like deep breathing. Like she would check in with me and be like, you doing okay? And I'm like, I'm just an expressive person. Like when I feel uncomfortable, I just need to like make noise or just like, you know, like just like express it like out of my body. So I was like, no, I'm good. I am just like breathing through the process, like doing good, I'm doing fine. She put the IUD in, and I would say my biggest takeaway from the procedure is that it's not that it was painful, it was just uncomfortable. And it did induce some cramping. So it just is that uncomfortable feeling of like something in the pit of your stomach. I think if you're a woman and you've had a pap smear or you've had the speculum put inside you, you know that it's just so uncomfortable feeling something like that deep inside you in your uterus, not like just your vagina in your uterus. So anyway, that was probably my least favorite part. It was the cramping. And then before I knew it, she was like, okay, we're going to put it in. She put it in. It was uncomfortable. I was doing my breathing. And then she was like, all right, it's in. And then I was like, okay. And then she was like, all right, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. And as she removed things, the cramping went down. And then she had me sit up and she was like, okay, we're going to see you in 4 to 6 weeks to do a check on like how it's going, like how it's looking. And then I was able to leave. So yeah, really short procedure all in all. And my experience overall was good. I kind of want to update you guys in a few hours to see how I'm feeling, because I know that some women have had really negative experiences in the 24 hours after they get an IUD, but I definitely feel a little like tense, or I feel a little crampy at the moment, but I'm doing okay. I'm drinking lots of water, and honestly, I don't really intend to leave this bed today. I have a paper to finish, so I think I'm just going to like touch that up a little bit and turn on some music and try to relax, and probably take a nap, honestly, because I'm tired. So anyway, that was kind of my experience today. I hope this was helpful to you guys, or if anything, just kind of enlightens you to what it is like to get an IUD and kind of like the process that women have to go through to get an IUD in specific. And just to reiterate, I clearly don't know everything about IUDs, and you should talk to your primary physician if you have questions. But yeah, I'm very curious to hear other people's experiences because, like I said, my sister just got one, so she's still not out of that like 3-month, trial period. And I obviously just got one today in December, so it won't be till March that I have kind of like regulated out of my body's adjustment to it. So fingers crossed that it goes well and that the next 24 hours aren't super painful or uncomfortable. And if you need me, I will be here. So you guys should subscribe if you want, if stuff like this is appealing to you or if this was helpful, and I will see you in my next video.